It's 10:30 a.m. on a beautiful Monday morning, and I'm just resting here below the Ralakung Pass, taking a break before I try to cross the pass and go towards Fay and then back home to Chennai. The trail to Ralakung starts from the village of Fay. It is a steep climb initially from Fay, but fortunately I met some locals going to Ralakung and they insisted on carrying my backpack on their yak, at least for the initial steep part of the trail. We rested on the way and waited for more villagers to join us. They had all come to attend the teachings conducted by the Dalai Lama and Padum and were now going back home to Ralakung. It was fun to go with such a large group of villagers, but also a bit tiring as they were all on their horses and I was on foot trying to keep up with them. After a while, I got tired and stopped at a meadow called Lepang. At around 4,800 meters, Lepang was the perfect place for me to get acclimatized before crossing the 5,200 meter Ralakung Pass the next day. It is a gentle climb from Lepang all the way to the pass. The landscape was not very impressive with barren mountains all around. But all that changed as I reached the pass and looked out towards Ralakung. There were impressive mountains and glaciers all around, and the valley wore a light shade of yellow and green, indicating that there was ample water and vegetation all around. I reached down to the base of the pass by noon. I stopped there for lunch, planning to take a short break before heading to Ralakung, but the location was so beautiful that I ended up staying there for 3 days.
Waking up in the flower bed, the sun is up, table set, we eat and drink. Body and bread, blood and wine, there's a time to live, time to die, and a time to be. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, say a word, hold a hand. Life is not the sum of what we plan, but the in-between. This miracle of human life and the body and time that we occupy, it is all together sacred. Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, oh, here now, see the beauty that is woven in every single moment.
After camping for 3 days at the base of the pass, I eventually set off towards Ralakung. The name Ralakung actually refers to two separate villages in the region, Ralakung Pima and Ralakung Nagma. I was already familiar with Ralakung Pima, having visited the village a few months back in the winter. So I went there first and then planned to go to Ralakung Nagma a few days later. I stayed with Achilamo and her husband Tenzin, the same people that helped carry my backpack on their yaks during the initial part of the hike. Their home is one of the oldest houses in all of Ralakung, and the highlight of their home is the beautiful temple or chokang that belongs to the family. Their chokang is very old with a lot of ancient idols, scrolls and tankas. The tanka collection here is very impressive with a lot of intricate paintings, but sadly many of the tankas are in a bad state. The main problem is the increased rainfall these days brought about by climate change. Moisture seeps into the chokang during these rains and the dampness damages the tankas over time. It was August when I visited Ralakung Pima and the villagers were already preparing for the upcoming winter. Every day, the villagers will be out in the fields cutting grass from morning till evening and stocking it up for the winter. They had even planted entire fields of pea and other crops to use exclusively as fodder for their animals during the winter. Talking about animals, Ralakung is one of the few rare villages in Zanskar where sheep and goat are still being raised. Every day, different families take turns to take these animals out to graze. It is an easy job during the summers. The villagers take the animals across the Ralakung Tokpo stream and leave them to graze in the meadows. They then return back to do their chores in the village by still keeping an occasional eye on the animals on the other side of the valley. Later in the evening, one of the villagers goes out to collect all the animals and bring them back to the village.
My initial plan was to spend about 10 days to 2 weeks at Ralakung, but unfortunately when I reached there, and also thankfully there was satellite VSAT internet at the village, so I was able to communicate with home, and I found out that my father is not doing well. He's kind of sick and bedridden for the last few days. So I had to cut my trip short and then rush back home. But still, even while rushing back home, I want to take it safe. That's why I'm not planning to reach Fay today. I'll reach Fay by maybe 10 a.m. tomorrow and then drive to Leh. So I don't think I'll lose much time either way, so it should be fine.
Slow down and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion, here now, see the beauty that is woven in every single moment.